Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvadam Ganganapate Namaha Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha Om Gunatito Aksharam Brahma Bhagavan Purushottamaha Jano Janandidam Satyam Uchate Bhavabandanat Om Bhagavate Shri Swaminarayana Namaha Shri Lakshmi Narayana Namaha Shri Radha Krishna Namaha Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 6th of November 2024. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Paramatma residing in the heart of all beings. With that prarthana, I just want to make a few comments because I know we have a little less time here. I kind of went over time, looks like. So we have been examining the various prerequisites for Vedantic realization, for the realization of who am I? What am I? So I say that I'm Sachin, this body is there, my mind, my conditioning, my emotions, feelings, memories, etc. We understand that part of our life. But who is the me from a tattva point of view? That is the Atma. So the Upanishad says, the scriptures say, the gurus say, everybody teaches us we are Atma. We are soul, we are consciousness. But that understanding from the scriptures and from the words of the teachers, of the gurus, that understanding is paroksha, meaning it is a second-hand understanding. Sachin hears it from someone, Garada Pratham 20, from Shankaracharya ji, from the Gita, from here, from there. And then my mind could be convinced that, okay, maybe I am that, if you're saying so, big saints, आप कहते हो इसीलिए मैं मान लेता हूँ, बाकी तो मैं जो है वही हूँ. There's an incident of this during the time of Shriji Maharaj. Shriji Maharaj, meaning Bhagwan Swaminarayan, he was in a village one time, and there was some 12-year-old little boy, and Maharaj was trying to convince him that you are the Atman, you are not this a poor individual, nor are you a boy, nor are you this, nor are you that. You're not all those things that you think you are. So he made him sit down in front of him. He says, repeat after me, I am the who Atma Chu, Atma Chu, Atma Chu, Atma Chu. 20 times, 40 times, 100 times. And then at the end of all of that, Maharaj asked him, who are you? He says, in Gujarati, he says, Maharaj, તમે કહો છો એટલા માટે આત્મા, બાકી હું ઢેરનો ઢેર જ છું. You're saying 1,000 times, I'm Atma, so I'm going to repeat that because that'll make you happy. But I am what I am. I am this 12, 13-year-old low-caste individual dhed. That's what I am, So Maharaj said, Maharaj was trying to show that just by repeating these things, this is aparoksha. I mean, this is paroksha. It doesn't produce the realization. That's the teaching that is in that charitra. That individual has to listen to the teachings of the Sadguru and then really has to develop from inside the mind. So the mind can resonate with Atmic consciousness through the divine qualities, and then the realization happens. See, that is why the tool that is given to us is the Antakarana. Antakarana is made out of the 4 composite. Remember, right? Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar. We talked a bit about that before. That is our internal mechanism of the mind. Karana means instrument in Sanskrit. Antaha means internal instrument. Bahya Karana means external instrument. The eyes, ears, they capture the stimuli from outside. Antakarana is the inner instrument. And it is the energy, the activity of that inner instrument that we have to work on. That's the only thing we have. We have, of course, body, senses, and mind. Man, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, that is antakarana, panch jnanindriya, panch karmindriya, and the physical body. Aur kya hai? Atma is not something that, you can show in a test tube or something like that, or Brahma Tattva. Sounds very nice. Sounds nice to talk about these things, but we have to start with making the mind resonate with that higher consciousness, which we don't know. How do we do that? इसीलिए जो शब्द है सद्गुण, हमारे जीवन में, मेरे जीवन में, मेरे मन में ये आना चाहिए, सत्गुण, सत्य गुण, good divine qualities. As I mentioned many times before, you hear me talk about this all the time, the 64 qualities, Sant ke 64 lakshan. There's actually 70, and I'm working on a document to actually show that. It'll turn into a book in maybe a year from now. I don't know when it'll be done, at some point. There are 70 actual qualities. They're in Sanskrit, and that is part of Hari Gita. Hari Gita is the Updesh that is given by Shriji Maharaj as Ghansham Maharaj at the age of 11 or so, at the age of 10, I think, to his mother before she passed away. His mother's name was Bhakti Devi. So this is called Hari Gita. Just like how you have Bhagavad Gita, Updesh given to Arjuna, there are actually 18 different Gitas, major Gitas in the Sanatan Dharma. There's Ram Gita, there's Lakshman Gita, Hansa Gita, Kag Bhushundi Gita, Hari Gita. In the Satsangi Jivan itself, there's Hari Gita, Narayan Gita. Do Gita to wo Satsangi Jivan mein hi hai. There's Uddhav Gita also. That is the Updesh Sri Krishna Bhagwan gave to Uddhav ji. That is a very top level Vedantic scripture. Most people don't know this, and they have not studied those also, but there's Avdut Gita, Dattatreya ji ki Avdut Gita hai. Bahut kuch Gita hai. And then in Swaminarayan Sampradaya, there's Yogi Gita. We talked some of the verses from there some time back. Generally, the point is when you have an enlightened person and is giving an Updesham, teaching to one individual, which is really meant for all, that is called Gita. And it's done in a very poetic, with a loving way. It is done with a great affection. The song, that is called Gita. There's also an amazing scripture, I think it's 12th century, if I'm not mistaken, called Geet Govindam. I don't know if you ever heard Jaideva's Geet Govinda. That is all about the love between Sri Krishna and Radha. Bahut amazing scripture. And they say that most of the Vaishnava theology has been derived from that one scripture. That is called Geet Govinda. Jaidev, I think it's maybe 6th century or 12th century. I have to check the exact date. It's before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My point is that awakened beings have given the guidance and the teaching through Shabda Brahma. It is called Apta Vakya. Through their Anubhav. Unke Anubhav mein se unhone likha hai, they have spoken. And then for us, all of us who are on this path of sadhana, is to listen to those words. And if we have faith in those words, that this is true, bring our mental mechanism, the antakarana, in alignment with those words, bring those words inside. It is called absorption inside. And when the word absorbs inside, meaning the concept, the idea, it absorbs inside, in particularly in Sanskrit, that's why Sanskrit language is important, because it's not just a language, it has a vibrational effect. That's why we like in Ved Mantra, we say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Why something else is, why that is spoken? Because of the vibrational effect. That's why. So it is coming out of the realization, and then it is expressed in the world of plurality out of great compassion, karuna. That is how the scriptures, what we call Shastra, they have been written that way in Sanatan Dharma. Other places also, but this is, since we're talking about Sanatan Dharma, that is how they have been written, out of darshan. Darshan meaning realization and then expression. Realization and expression. Of course, so many scholars have analyzed. That is intellectual phenomena. Wo bhi karo. That's good to do. It keeps us still in the right direction. So before we close, I would take just 2 extra minutes here to talk about a very important prerequisite, which we've mentioned before. It is the 6th quality out of the 70 qualities in Shri Hari Gita. And the 6th quality is Shantaha. Shantaha is what? That one who is extremely peaceful and tranquil. Tranquility. These are the translations in English. I'll give you all the translations, see what you think about it. We say shanti. हम बोलते ना शांति चाहिए, जीवन में शांति होनी चाहिए. Everybody is looking for that. Where is peace of mind? शांति कहाँ है जीवन में? ठीक है? So this means tranquility. And of course, it does mean absence of external conflict. There are many points here on this quality. But this quality, if it's really absorbed inside, in the real sense, it takes us very close to the Atma. Just one quality. So absence of external conflict and a profound inner state of equilibrium. Not just equilibrium, it's inner state of equilibrium, and it is a very deep, very profound, very developed state of equilibrium. Equilibrium. Hamara ahankar kaisa hai? You know, the ego that we have, it doesn't keep us in equilibrium. Our vasanas, our ego, our reactions, our worries, our fears, our constant agitation inside, it throws the equilibrium away. So shantaha, meaning the shanti is a state. It is a state of the antakarana, the internal mechanism, the mind mechanism, to be extremely steady, and it is not agitated at all. Sometimes we find some very developed, highly developed people. बहुत शांत प्रकृति है. Don't we say that? Until somebody triggers the person, then oh my God, then God knows what happens. You see, so that's not the real thing. So now, a couple more points on this. We could spend the whole year talking about this one thing only. Itna depth hai isme. So Shanti arises from a deep understanding. First, it's an understanding of the nature of reality, recognizing the transient nature of external circumstance and the importance of cultivating inner stillness. Meaning what? Recognizing, seeing what? That transient nature of external circumstances. See, Sachin is speaking this. ठीक है, बोलना अच्छा है. Do I recognize this? This is a meditation. This is dhyan. This is Vedantic dhyan. This is Buddhic dhyan, Buddhist dhyan. Also, recognizing that all external circumstances are transient. Have I recognized that? I may know that. I kind of know it up here. But to recognize in the present the absolute transient nature of all external circumstances, all of them, everything that is happening externally, it is changing. It is transient. Not to hold on inside with any sense that it is static. Even though relatively we do hold on to relative static sense for functionality purposes, but from the realization point of view, it is a continual realization of the transient nature of external circumstances all the time. And that recognition of this transience in the present moment frees the mind from being bound inside the illusion that things are permanent. This recognition in the present of the utter transient nature of all existence, including the body, and including all people, places, situations, circumstances, everything, A to Z. That internal meditative, reflective recognition in the present, that is aparoksha anubhuti. Aparoksha means it is immediate. It is in the it is of great freedom from inside. That's why people do silent retreats, or they go to different ashrams and they go to temple. Why all the sadhana is done? Why do we do so much sadhana? We need to do it. It's good to do. This is one of the most important qualities. Hamara man kabhi shant nahi ho sakta until we have this kind of internal development. And the importance, significance of developing internal stillness. Sachin can speak about this. It's okay. You can listen to it. Others can talk about it. But to actually do this, to actually place importance कि मेरा मन शांति रहना चाहिए, जो भी हो. That's a quality. It's a divine quality. ये संत के गुण है. The sant, remember, it is only my humble request to remove this idea that saints and sages are inside the temple somewhere. That is us. Identify with the quality. That's me. Not in terms of ahankar. Yeah, they are there. No doubt. Great beings are. No doubt. But every human being can be a great being. It's not the purview of some few people here and there. Every human being can evolve these qualities. क्यों नहीं? हो सकता है. जिसको करना है, सब हो सकता है. जिसको कुछ नहीं करना, remain as it is. Freely remain in the world of ignorance. Or we can freely awaken into the Brahmic state. Just see this one quality only. So many points are here. So many points. Just one or two more. I end up taking a little extra time. One or two more points here. The inner peace is not dependent on external conditions. How, my God, just to meditate on that, कि मेरी जो शांति, अंतर में जो शांति है, जो भी हो from outside, nobody on the outside is going to disturb this from inside. कभी भी नहीं. Not dependent on it, but awareness of external condition. But not dependent that 10 people have to behave this way, then I'm happy, then I'm shant. Wrong. No. That is the difference between swadhin versus paradhin. Swadhin, this word means the natural internal peace and silence and stability that is not dependent on external circumstances. If it is dependent on external circumstances, it is called paradhin sukha. And swadhin is ananda, actually. Okay, let's stop here for now. There's 100 points on this. There's so many things. You can keep analyzing these things. See, analysis is one thing. Itna we talked about today is enough. It's a matter of realizing, not just word salad, putting more and more. It's like having a salad bowl. Keep adding, lettuce and tomatoes and peas and mushroom. Keep making the salad bigger and bigger. Abhi kuch khana nahi isme se. You just keep making the bowl bigger. Aisi baat hai, theek hai? So it's good to learn, good to understand these ideas from as many points of view, but it is about how much is digested, chewed and digested, rather than the quantity of the material. So with that, lots and lots of prayers for everybody. Let's do the closing mantra. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murtihi Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahashakti Rupena Samstita Namastasya Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Samstita Namastasya Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matru Rupena Samstita Namastasya Namo Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Divalingaya Namaha Urdhvalingaya Namaha Dvadash Jyotirlingaya Namaha Atmalingaya Namaha Paramatmalingaya Namaha Chandraya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Kalakandikataya Namaha Nakshatra Vigramate Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Durge Rakshini Tha Swaha Om Shri Durga Arpanamastu Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu